Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome to the dark side of the moon. Instead of a morning recording, this is an evening recording because I really wanted to play pyanodons. And you might be wondering, what the heck is this? I was doing some testing about seeing how fast pumps actually pump out from train wagons. And it turns out one thing that's worth knowing is that the pumping speed from a pump is irrelevant to the wagon's contents, meaning you always get the full amount out as long as the output area is mostly cleared. So you can actually pump out from trains quite quickly. And this was a contraption made to measure how many ticks it takes to empty the train of all fluid, which was surprisingly difficult to design, I will say. It was not very easy, but it does work, and I was able to test some different setups and see how many ticks they ended up taking. One of the important notes is that 2 pumps is almost matters more than anything else, because it just pumps way faster out. The other thing to notice is that you never want to be filling the destination like 100% full, because the closer you get to 100% full, the slower these pumps start going, and it has a big impact on the time it takes. So I definitely recommend just focusing on, instead of worrying too much about this stuff, just have 1 or 2 pumps on the train, and then make sure your storage, like if you're going to request 75,000 of a fluid, just have like 95,000 storage for that fluid, and then you'll never have to worry about pumping speed. It's that simple. Now, the thing there is to worry about is going to be if you have a multi, and I meant to test this, but I kind of forgot. If you have like a multi situation, something like, let me pick a smaller tank. You know, so if you have multiple filtered pumps out like this, and then all of that connects to a sushi, then that is going to take a lot longer to empty. And the goal here is to minimize how many squares, because if I have some extra, you know, pipes here, like let's say I'm a little more inefficient, you'll see how much longer this takes to empty out. Like let's do a heavy oil, a light oil, and a water. And so if these are pumping into these first and then out from there, you'll notice it'll go a lot slower. Because this is full, but that one is pumping at 12,000? Okay, now I'm confused. Oh, it's because these are filling that to 100%. I guess actually this does work okay. So the problem would be the next train? Maybe? But even then, this is gonna stay pretty full. I don't know, actually it might be fine. I thought that this would take a lot longer to empty out, but it really didn't take very long. Because these are keeping it totally filled up. I mean, if I go down to 1, it'll slow it down a little bit, but it'll still go pretty fast, I think. Yeah, because it reaches an equilibrium. And then this is almost full, so I guess it's slowing down. Crap. I thought it only had 25,000. Yeah, never mind. Slushy pipes are the truth. Anyway, back to playing the game. I apologize for that delay, but this is bad. We're out of zinc. Zinc plate for acetate. So, why did I run out of zinc? We just checked on this. I'm out of iron. Okay. Alright. I guess we're out of iron plates. That was not on my bingo card. Huh. Interesting. How'd that happen? I seem to... oh, we're out of borax again? How'd that happen? Oh, I even tried to fix this. Hold on. By the way, I didn't tell you guys about this. This happened in between episodes. I imported syngas over here and am using that syngas to mine the... Oh, I guess I'm not. I forgot. Crap. There we go. Well, that explains it then. This syngas from tar hasn't been enough recently. I think because I'm not using enough coke. Probably because I'm not using enough acetylene or something like that. That caused us to not generate enough syngas to mine all of the borax that we needed to mine. So anyway, I've got a different beverage than I normally have. Normally you've got coffee, Krydax, but tonight you have beer, Krydax, because Thanksgiving is a time where I love to drink some beers. And yeah, it's gonna be nice. What's going on here? I guess we're still waiting on some stuff in the auto mall. Still waiting on Nexalit, heat exchanger Mark 1s. Let's just hit the reset button, give it a little bit of a chance to try something new. I should probably have more than 5 crafting cells, to be honest. Let's add a couple more here. And there, and we'll keep them on random, and then we hook up the red wire. Those. We hook up the inserter. I really could have copied the connections too, but I didn't. And then we hook this up to here. I think that's it. Oh, and one last thing, we hook up the red wire along the front of this one. There we go. All right, I think that's all the enter between connections. And that gives us 2 more. All right, and then I do need to put some wood into that. And into that, and that way they don't show blinking all the time. Okay, anyway, playing with that train stuff for a while got us close to light oil processing, so that's kind of nice. And in our last episode, we had looked into vat brains, and the big holdups were Auogs, flora for the Auogs, bringing in a crap ton of moss. The moss should get easier soon, because we already have coarse fraction recipe. Yeah. So I'm just going to need to import some iron for that. And then we can go to... How much more moss will we get? A lot more. 23 per 60 is about 1 every 3 seconds. This is closer to 1 every 1.5 seconds or something. So we're about doubling our production rate, and we just need to have some coarse fractions, which we can soon make from iron. So that will be really nice. We can make coarse fractions from iron. We can make sand from iron, gravel, stone. So that is so nice. We can also make copper, iron, quartz, limestone, and borax from sort of nothing, but all expensive fluids. So probably not gonna be worth it at any point. It also seems like I'm out of stone here. What's going on with that? Wait, does anyone want to tell me what happened here? Why are these empty? Did I just retire them fully? Did I say screw that? Oh, I did, right. These have the tier 2 modules. That's right. I think I did just retire them fully. And just say we're gonna do this. Really? That feels odd. I feel like something's missing here. Yeah, we got corrupted with gravel again. How did that happen? How did that happen again? And sulfur. Now that tells me... something. Oh, we're getting laggy. So, sulfur... and stone. Is it this one? Probably this one. Because it's gravel and sulfur. Yeah, it's this one. It has 2 locked slots, but how is that not working? Are these not set right? These all are connected. They all have set filters on. So I'm not sure what happened there. Also, I don't know where I just was. Where is this? Molybdenum. So what's going on over here? Why is there random crap on here? We even have that set to 2 locked slots. I am concerned that it is... I wonder if that's what went to the depot that one time. Is this about the new wagons? Oh no, is it not? It is locked slots per cargo wagon. No, we're fine. So if the tier 2 wagon comes, it should be locking 2 slots per cargo wagon. I genuinely don't know how it could have been this one. But this is molybdenum, trash provide. What else could it have been? That's the only place that we get trash sulfur. Huh. I'm a little bit at a loss. Did we catch a mistake on this one? I think there might have been a mistake. I feel like we saw this not that long ago and thought, oh, we gotta fix that. So it's possible that we had made a mistake here and I've just fixed it just now, but it had already caused an issue. That's definitely possible. It's happened before and it won't be the last time either. But yeah, let's head back to... where was I just? The moss to fix that stone. And then why don't we... how can we improve Auog production here without too much work? So... we've already got stacked moss and flora, and we are just letting it back up. So it feels like it's pretty chill to just double this. But then the problem is then I'm also needing more of these. Because that is 0.5 and yeah, about half of that. So I need 2 repro complexes to go with 10 Auog complexes. And I will probably just go ahead and put these here and deal with the repro complexes in a minute. Beacons might be moderately useful on repro complexes, but I don't know if they're affected by beacons. So it may or may not be relevant. That's a copper monolith. I'm not going to use that. All right, I'm going to put these here. And then we just need to do a couple things. This is so annoying. Here. Have that go around. Back this way. Reattach to itself. Grab for those buildings. We need buckets of water. Here. I do like to call them buckets. And then insert. All right, we'll get there. Okay, and then finally the empties can go back over here. Actually, oh, but spoiled crap. We can handle all of it except the Auogs themselves over here. Okay, so we'll bring that up, and then use one of these. Go over there, and the little algae poos. Aug pop goes to the right, and those get put onto this belt over here. Look, is this spaghetti? Maybe. Is it gonna double the amount of Auogs that we have? Definitely. Does that make it worth it? Maybe. I think yes, but you know, only time will tell. All right. And then we got that copied. So now we can split this off. I don't know exactly what's going on here. Okay, I'm gonna need a lot of buffered water barrels, I guess. All right. And then we'll get some power connected across, just to make sure everything's built properly. Okay. I think that should do it. It's possible we're missing, yeah, Aug modules. I was gonna say we might have to grab a few manually. But otherwise, this should be good to go. Automall's a little stuck, probably, on Nexalit still. And then I'm a bit worried about the flora rate. 2.5. We might be okay. Most of the flora is going into manure when we need it. And I doubt we've been using very much. Yeah, less than 1 a second. And I'm guessing a lot of that spoilage even. Because what's our current maintenance amount? 4,000. And we're at 5 hours, so that's 1 every 5 seconds. I'm ditching 1 every 3 seconds. So 20 a minute is going away right there. Oh, it's ditching double. Ah, here's one of the other places that I got screwed over by taking twice as much. We were taking 2 every 3 minutes, so we were doubling our manure wasting. That's funny. Yeah, and we've got plenty of liquid manure here. Though, I will say, we could pretty easily have more liquid manure. There's really no reason not to, eh? Okay. Cool. So store a little bit more of that. Make twice as many Auogs. And is all the belting here okay? It's probably not. Yeah, okay, hold on. Because then this guy... That power pole doesn't seem necessary. This belt is kind of doing what the other belt was supposed to do. So we'll bring this one back up here. That goes into there. Is that right? Yeah, the top one is the moss and the flora. And then we've got another one that is... whatchamacallits, barrels. And then the other one, this guy, is the one that goes back this way. And goes and then merges with that. Or something. And then that should do it. And then I'm gonna need to go add some barrels because I don't think we're requesting empties anywhere. I guess I could. You know what? That's brilliant. Empty barrel. 50. Do I have? Yeah, I have empty barrels. Don't you worry about that. What I don't have is a connected logistics network. Okay, and then that will put those in there, but only the inserter. I didn't limit anything. Okay, cool. All right, the inserter only runs if empty barrel less than 50. Okay, so that'll keep us rolling in the barrels. Coulda had it all. Rolling in the empty barrels. You know, that makes me think of barrel riding from The Hobbit, which was such a good book. One of my favorite books as a kid. And then, yeah, we can speed these up with speed modules if we need to. And then once we research stacking 4, that's going to be a pretty big boost here. We're going to be able to get 30 items a second on just one side of a yellow belt. That does feel pretty gross. I gotta say. I'm also not doing any productivity here, which maybe I'll regret that. Are you guys ready for this? We're less than 1 minute away from having the cheap acetone and cumene recipe. Now, what I haven't set up, I set up all these other things. I just realized I haven't set up acetone from phenol yet, or from cumene yet. Oh wait, no, I did. That's here. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, we got it set up. Okay, which means acetone's gonna be forthcoming in 18 seconds. Oh my gosh, we're almost there. This is all gonna fire up. Look at that power. Power production is glorious. There it is. Everything fired up except some heavy oil stuff. Nice. Look at it go. Look at that, look at that, look at that. All right, phenol is going and acetone is going. 220 acetone a second with no beacons. That's gonna fill these up pretty fast. You know, I might actually extend this one to not super important, but just to have a little bit more storage. Okay, so acetone's filling up, and now we need to replace phenol. So this one would be pretty easy to put phenol on the other side of the skin belt. No, we're already using. We're not using nichrome anymore. So I think what I'm gonna do is request phenol. 25 stacks. I'm gonna go. Oh, I've just broken my trains for a long time, haven't I? I'm gonna go pick up that nichrome. Where was that? I lost it. It was up here. Perfect. The epoxy. A pox upon you. Train is stuck. Yeah, that's my fault. Although it should be unstuck now. Do we have our first deadlock? We have a deadlock! I'm actually excited! I thought this was impossible! Okay, so how did this happen? So he's wanting to turn left, he's wanting to turn right. Wait, how did this happen actually? Because... Huh. It's because I was sitting there. I think that's the only reason it could have happened that way. Because if I hadn't been sitting there, we would have been fine. The problem is the train limit of 2. Only applies to trains that are incoming, so that this one was trying to go that way as well. Yeah. And these ones couldn't leave. So I think we might fix it if I do this. Possible. I'll add 2 more. And I think that should do it. Because then that one can pull forward enough for this one to pull forward, for that one to get out of the way, for that one to go there, for that one to go there. Then that one gets out of the way. Then this guy can turn. And we should all be fine. And then that guy can go past him, and then it all clears up. I'm actually legitimately kind of happy about that. It's been our entire 250 hours of having trains with no deadlocks. And again, it only happened because I was sitting in a train for 3 minutes straight or whatever. But it is possible, apparently. And it's worth noting that if there was a crazy sequence of events, that could have happened without me sitting there, too. Technically. We knew this was possible from the beginning. We'll have to see how it shakes out if this ever happens again. Where are the bots for these, by the way? Are they coming? I mean, they gotta be coming from somewhere. Question is, how far away are they? Because it's kind of important. Do you see any little yellow dots flying around here? I see the bots over there. Here's a quenching tower. Legitimately don't see the bots that are coming to build these. Oh, it didn't work. Shoot. Because this one's still not cleared out of that by like a tile. I guess if I do that, it'll work. That's the other one. Yeah, that one's not going to do anything now. It's this one that matters. And then he has to charge. Psych. Where's the bot? I don't see him. Granted, it's hard to see, but I don't see the little yellow dot. Well, hopefully that fixes itself soon. Anyway, what am I doing over here? Oh yeah, I was gonna pick up the nichrome because we don't need it anymore. Don't get run over. And pick up the nichrome from here. The phenol should be on the way soon. We already have almost 2,000 of it. Cumene stopped because strip distillates is stopped because not enough medium distillates. Because we don't have speed beacons, probably. And I'm limited at 48. Which still should be making about 100 cumene. I feel like we're missing something. Do I have enough steam? I guess I haven't checked that. I have 240. But we're also using steam for this. Or no, we're not. Never mind. I lied. We're not using steam for other stuff. Okay, so why are these not running more often? What am I missing? $48 medium distillates a second. Should be running these like 2/3 of the time. Oh, we're making fuel oil first. That's what's happening. The fuel oil's got to back up before it's gonna start on the... Okay, fuel oil's almost done though. There we go. Perfect. So then these are backed up. And then that means they're going to stop inputting strip distillates, which means this will back up again, and then we'll get cumene going. Okay. Anyway. It looks like the trains have gotten themselves unstuck. Jeez. Yikes, it's like an anthill. I kicked the nest, and now it's very unhappy with me. Trains are having to catch up. That's funny. Kind of cool, actually. In its own way. That was fun. All right, so anyway, other places that need phenol include over here. I shouldn't do it this way because my bots are gonna freak out, and I just don't care. So I'm doing it that way. And then I'll leave that box though. That box is very full. Okay, and then we're gonna request... Zinc plates are still out. Check on borax. Are we just not making enough? No, surely we are now. I think it was those long periods of not making any because of syngas shortage. I think we're okay now. I mean, 1,000 a minute. Yeah, our consumption 620, 680. I think we're okay. I can't even put speed modules in these. But we already have like a full belt going to trains, I think. So I'd have to turn that into a red belt, which I can. Where's the one that actually goes to the train? Not actually sure. This one. Whatever it is, it's not full. What's the storage capacity on this? 3.5, 70, 95. That goes to 130, but I have 216 available. So let's go a lot higher on the borax storage. That'll help as well. How are we doing? We're catching up. I need to add some more tier 2 trains as well. Okay, anyway, back to this. We need to request... Oh. Let's do this. Add 24 stacks. Put that there. We'll remerge it, and then we're gonna do phenol. 26 stacks. 52. We can even go to like 28 stacks. Okay. And then the phenol will go on here. And will that mess me up? No. In fact, I was ready for it. That's actually what that was for. I feel very proud of myself. Past Krydax was doing a good job there. He was ready. Oh, and I'm just making the zinc chloride on site. I forgot about that. Okay. Alright, how's the Auogs situation looking? Not great. I think we need to reset again. I'm gonna keep checking on Nexalit until shortage is gone. Oh, look at that. That's just incredible. That feels so good. We're actually up 5,000 Nexalit over the last 10 hours. Nice. That begs the question why the auto mall still doesn't have any, but whatever. It'll get some eventually. Let's reset again. And hope the randoms don't land on something that needs Nexalit. And then Aug paddocks are on here, I think. Let me double check that. Actually, it looks like they're not. Is that true? Sure looks like they're not. Cool. Always a chance for more. Throw 2 of them on there. We do need a crap ton of soil, but we have that. Do I have stone? I hope so. We'll find out. Okay, and then look at that. Phenol's already arriving. And this was gonna be phenol. And then that goes on this belt, which was nichrome, but is now not nichrome. And then it will go this way. For bisphenol A. Alright. And then we can ditch all this. Get rid of all this crap. Never have to make that lignin or phenol again. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I guess that means the wood and hydroxide are not needed. We do need the hydroxide still, but not the wood. Because the wood plus hydroxide, that was just for the lignin or cellulose. This does need hydroxide for glycerol though. Okay. Trains are still catching up. What I will do, because I believe we have more depots than trains anyway, we can add in another tier 2 train. Which will actually be quite zippy in catching up our trains, because these guys are so fast. If anything, it's going to be our loading and unloading stations that are going to be the new bottleneck. And apparently I never cleared out all of our HCl. Crap. So many little things to do in pyanodon's. I love it, I love it, I love it. And then we'll get beacons. Which are where? Oh no, there we go. We're queued up. Logistics warehousing will be nice too, because I can rebuild, whatchamacallit, our auto mall area with logistics warehouses that the trains unload directly into, which will be very nice. I will have to remember to like turn off the stations for a minute though. Otherwise it'll request a lot of extra. Okay. Why is blueprint? Oh, right. That The inserters trying to prevent the blueprint shotgun from working for one reason or another. Okay, what else is not running? We did this another time and we failed to actually get them on. Okay, now we're good. And what's going on here? Not enough antimony. That is because ash is blocked up? Because antimony's actually not running over here. Because I'm dumb. And this antimony's not getting loaded onto trains anymore either. I think is what's happening. Let's check. Dang it. Yep. Where was it being loaded into? Was it this? No, that's a... I'm gonna put it in that one. That's got nothing else going on. There's probably one of these ones up here, though. Originally. Or something. I'm not sure. Where was it? Was it this one? This one? This one? Who knows? Either way, let's head over there, fix that, hopefully once and for all. And then desulfurization will get us the free lubricant. Did I set that up already? I did, right? Yeah, that was right here. So that's ready to go. And then this is the following research, the fuel production research, which also gets us different kerosene recipe. Some other random crap I don't need. Olefins to petrol and light oil if we need it. And is this really worth it right now? How many olefins am I even using? 100 a minute, and currently I'm using the expensive recipe, which is, I think, nichrome and syngas. Which actually brings me to a new point, which is I can delete, because this will be running soon. Means I can delete this one. Oh, I was doing the Nexalit. Okay, okay. So 100 a second is actually one Nexalit plate a second. That is a serious Nexalit cost. So yeah, let's get rid of this. And I'm gonna go pick up all that Nexalit. I'm gonna cause another deadlock is what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we need to load this antimony where that biocrud was going, but then we need to make sure it's low priority as far as providing goes. Goodness gracious. Okay, so over here on this belt, we want to go like that. And then this guy is anti-money. This is now antimony from home base. Provide. Stack threshold. Provide no inactivity condition. Okay, that's all correct. Now let's get rid of our nichrome. I believe that goes into this one. And now we shall go to... Oh, where was I going to go? What were we just going to fix? Was it this? Hmm. I don't remember. Oh, the Nexlet, where the old olefins were, which is over by like iron or something. Yeah, right here. We shall take this Nexlet back for the base. It's a lot of Nexlet too. Okay. Beautiful. Alright. Take that out. Hopefully it didn't order another train just now. Please tell me you didn't order another train. I don't think it did. Okay. So now I will put the Nexlet into Nexlet provider. The auto mall is probably frozen again. Waiting on Nexlet again. Gearbox 2. Waiting on Nexlet antimony alloy. Nexlet antimony alloy. Waiting on antimony oxide. Antimony oxide. Finally running again, question mark? Finally running again. Perfect. Yeah, I realize now what the issue was. I just was not being very smart about it. Okay, and that ash is blocking everything up too. Cool, cool, cool. I really should upgrade this one to a red belt. That's a lot of red belts. I don't know if I want to pay for that. Okay, finally, that's all taken care of. That was a little bit of a if you give a Krydax a cookie situation. I mean, that was like 10 different things in a row that just kept happening. Oh, it's so fun. I love pyanodon's. This is, it feels like it's what Factorio was meant to be in some ways. It really does. Am I getting lag? What's going on here? No. Okay. Sometimes when I'm on trains, it feels a little stuttery or something, but it's not lag. Okay, we like definitely have not checked if any of this is actually running properly. So I'm glad we're here. Let me grab some Auogs. First off. I only have 59 apparently. Should be enough. So then these guys are still running. These buildings are not built yet, but otherwise seem to be okay. We'll shotgun the Auogs directly into their receptacles here. And we're waiting on Auog pups. Don't seem to be getting distributed to this belt. Because why? What's happening here? Oops. Oh. This needs to be doing this. Okay. So that fixes that issue. Are these making pups yet? No, because we don't have Auogs yet. And this one doesn't have barrels because somehow Rich Clay got on that barrel, but I'm gonna assume that's a mistake because... Oh, no, it's not a mistake. That belt needs to be turned. Oh, look, I have Auogs right here. That just needs to be a provider chest, actually. Now the bots can do it themselves. Cool. Alright, so that guy's running. This guy's running. Get the moss out of here. And what the heck? We got a storage chest. Let's fill it up. With some sand casting, some rich clay, chromite sand, biocrud jerky, some warm stone bricks, and I'll keep the carriage in, some 9 niobium, 8 nickel, an offshore pump, some stone furnaces, a single medium electric pole, and 3 big ones. Much better. Okay, we're sort of getting caught up. So what's going on here? Uh-oh. Oh. I guess this was bound to happen at some point. Oh, crap. Well, turns out the items... Should these be storage chests? No, because then they get delivered too. But I want them to be higher priority. Because we need all that crap to go back into channel 1 as ingredients. Yeah, items getting put back on that belt is the problem here. Because now we're filling these with random crap that isn't even what's supposed to be here, and it's not getting recycled back into the thing. I wonder if we should filter this inserter based on what that's outputting. No, because see, this has already moved on. Oh my god, this is awful. This is actually really bad. So I guess this is a weakness of which part of our design? I don't know. All of it? This feels like something's just wrong. So the reset button is dangerous, is what we're learning. My current iteration does not handle the reset button very well. Alright, just trying to get rid of crap here. Oof. Alright, I'm gonna call that good. Problem is, these are still all filled up with intermediates. Oh, it's so bad. Oh my goodness, the reset button is terrible. So how do I keep it from doing this? It's not super easy. And it is not barely an inconvenience. It is a large inconvenience. And I need to like filter these on something I'm never gonna make. Like, I don't even know. Deep water length. Alright. Just so they don't get filled with other stuff later. Anyway. Yeah. We're just looking for expensive crap. Anything expensive in here? Anything in here? Small parts, fiber, soil. Advanced small parts, that's expensive. I'm still just stuck on how we're gonna prevent this. 'Cause I don't actually know. Alright, well anyway, that fixes a lot of that. Now we're just waiting for Nexlet, it looks like. And... lead plate and iron stick? Okay, now that one I'm confused by. Surely iron sticks are being made over here already. Are they not being stockpiled somewhere? Oh, I'm just out of bots. No? No, I'm not out of bots. Oh, I just never changed these to channel 1, that's all. Okay, that's done. Perfect. The 2 that I added. Okay, so anyway, when a building stops being produced, it spits out 1 billion items, and the problem is those aren't going... We used to have everything going into an active provider on channel 1. And that was working because then all the stuff would go back to a storage chest where it belongs, or to a couple unfiltered storage chests. But now, they're just getting all mixed in with our wish list stuff. So, it's almost like I need to filter... It's almost like we need to do our wish list minus what's in here, or sorry, what's in here minus our wish list, and then extract those items and put them back into channel 1. So items only stay in this channel 0 zone if they're on the wish list. And then on top of that, we want to extract to channel 1 anything that's currently needed as an ingredient, which is on... That's why we're reading the requests. So any unsatisfied requests get thrown in here, as well as filters. So like if we need a Mark 1 soil extractor, it would also become a filter here. Interesting. And you can see these are getting faulty readings because they're seeing stuff like copper cable, which we apparently cannot keep up with. Which should have productivity anyway. So there's a big revamp coming once I have logistics. I think we're gonna need to rebuild a lot of this, delete a lot of these old ones and rebuild them as new factories with productivity, which we can speed up with beacons later. For now, though, I just gotta trust it. Hey, we got Nexlet. And Nexlet batteries. Ooh la la. Glorious. Okay. I trust that things will actually get finished now, hopefully. Man, crazy stuff. For now, is there anything I can do to fix it? Yeah, I really don't think I want, whatchamacallit? I don't want iron and copper being carried around by bots. 75. Are we really out of copper as well? We are. Holy crap. But we're not getting the full rate. Why not? These 4 are running. Why are these not all running? Did I do the math wrong? The math says we should be running about 9 screeners to match 4.3 buffs, so maybe we were out of borax. That's, I bet, what was going on. Molten copper. Yeah, I think this one wasn't running until just a couple minutes ago. Okay, I do think that explains it. And hopefully that explains why we were short on copper plates as well. Yeah, I mean, in the last hour, we've produced more than consumed, but in 10 hours, we consumed 30k more than produced. What does that mean? I don't really know. That means we consumed up our buffer at some point in the 10 to 1 hour ago range. We ate up our buffer, and in the last hour we've just started to catch up with our buffer, maybe. That might be what that means. I don't know. We also had that copper rejects issue, which was keeping us from getting Duralumin. But it looks like Duralumin's finally buffered up, so maybe we'll survive. We've had a lot of issues with various metals in the last couple episodes. Let me make sure borax is still running. Okay, good. Good. Borax. Okay, now we're at 14,000 over consumption. That's better. Borax is caught up, or at least catching up. Yeah. Alright, let's get some lamps over here. And this has no moss? Probably insertion rate issue, which can be sort of fixed by doing that. And then 90 stacks, we can bump that up to 110 stacks total. And maybe once I have a couple more tier 2 trains, I can change that to 40 stacks of 40. Oof. I feel like a lot of our systems are going to be strained soon without upgrading them, which is going to be painful. So much trashing of so many various things. Oh yeah, we're spending tailings to trash our iron oxide. I forgot about that. I don't love that, but it's the option we got. Ooh, arcads. We don't smash those up every day. Guess we finally needed a shipment of arcad venom for our good alien samples. How often do we make arcad venom? Once every 4 hours, it looks like, or so. We have averaged about 0.5 a second, though. How's the jerky? It's not. I guess we have 7,000 in here. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I caught this. We're trashing jerky. What am I doing? We need a, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, hold on. Hold on. We need to change how the jerky overflow works. Jerky needs a separate system. Okay, looks like we're using a red wire for local. So this needs to enable only if jerky is less than 7,500. This, and we'll actually call it 7,450. This only enables if stuff's greater than 7,500. So jerky will never get sent over this way. Then, only if we have extra jerky over here, will I send this to the trashing area. Which is over here. Okay. So trash jerky goes over there, but we're always prioritizing it going in here. This will be completely backed up. So if anything requests jerky for any reason, it should come here first. Wait, this priority is only 0. Have like priority 2. This jerky should get used up first because it's like the too much jerky. And then that means this one will be full, which means we're gonna stop stealing from this belt stuff to go in here. Okay. I think that works out. I hope. I'm glad we fixed that. Otherwise, it would have just been wasting all of the jerky. It would have constantly been filling this forever. But I think we fixed it. How's oleochems, by the way? Actually use it. What are we using all of this for? Actually not sure. That shouldn't be using that much. Where are all my oleochemicals going? Oleochemicals. Epoxy fluid request. Why is... Oh, right. Yeah, for the ECH. But that can't be using that much. So then... Next on the list is Sam and Eva. So EVA... is using processed fatty acids, which is using oleochems to make the fatty acids. That's right. Now this seems like another easy productivity module win. And we can make processed fatty acids or regular fatty acids with the seaweed if we want to in some hot air. So that is still another option. But yeah, I guess we used a lot of EVA for the power plants. 20 sets, that's 1,000 vinyl acetate, which is 2,000 processed fatty acids, which is 4,000 oleochemicals for the gas power plants. I mean, yeah, that's a good amount. And then the other source or spot was the SAM, which is also doing fatty acids. This time it's going to organic acid anhydride. Oh gosh. We're 3,000 SAM from being filled up. And we're out of rayon. Rayon, huh? Oh gosh. Our poor base. Wait, I'm out of sodium carbonate. That shouldn't be the case. We're out of sodium sulfate because why? We're backed up on HCl. Didn't we set up a... Wait, light oil? Hold the phone. Hold the phone. How did light oil get on here? Oh my gosh. I think something... So annoying. Alright, well, it's fixed. Something about changing a pipe to another type of pipe is allowing items through for like a brief, allowing fluids through for a second when they shouldn't be, or something like that. Something weird's going on. The worst part, I guess I can do that. And then the light oil. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, so that actually wasn't really broken. It just got munged up. So hopefully that turns this back on. Although this is a good moment to just extend this and throw in some productivity modules. Get some free rayon. Gosh, we've done a lot in this episode. I should play in the evening more often. We got more Auogs. We got 10 different things fixed that were previously broken. Yeah. What is this? This is just Auog request. Oh, we're out of moss. Man, these things I just don't see coming on my bingo card. Because stone is broken. Oh, I never fixed it. Well, that sort of answers that question. We got so distracted with everything else we were doing. That is over here? Yeah. Alright, I will need to be done with the episode soon, but this has been a good one. We've gotten a lot done. And then I believe we fixed wherever this issue came from, but it's possible we didn't. Let me get that out. Hopefully we're cleared out. There's no more in there. Ah! I'm telling you, man, those tiny trains gonna get me. Or well, not tiny, tier 2. With the little tiny wagons. Because these ones are good, right? Yeah, these haven't been munged up at all. Okay, and how's the auto mall doing? Looks like we're finally getting caught up. You know what? I think I don't have heat exchanger Mark 1 on here. I think that's what's going on. I thought it was my auto mall being slow, but I just don't think I ever put these on the request list. We have the 70 kiloliter pie tanks. Yeah, we do. Okay. That should do it then. And that should wrap up Stage 1 of the power plant, which is glorious. Slowly building up a battery of pressurized steam. And I kind of just don't have to worry about power for a little while. That is a nice feeling. I'm beaking the heck out of everything. Well, we need to research beacons first. And science. How's science? About the same. Pi 2 is still my hang up here. What would probably be a good idea if I can swing it would be another Pi 2 research building. How easy would that be? Not very, but could put one here. I'm gonna rebuild it soonish, so I might just leave it. But yeah, this is definitely slowing me down. Having only 3 of these that I slowed down with prod modules. Seemed like we finally got caught up on cotton guts. Okay, so back to vat brains. Is there anything else we need to do? Not really. We are gonna need shale oil on trains. I guess that's never been a thing before. And everything else is already done. At that point, it's just Nealtisa, fetal serum. I guess we decided we were going to make that on site. So it's really just guts, silver, glassware, Nealtisa, shale oil, brains. 6 things, one of which is a fluid. That gets us tier 1 vat brains, and then we additionally request Naven's glass fatty acids, and boom, now we got tier 2 vat brains. Vat brains sounds like a not so nice thing you call somebody. This is priority 10. Does that matter? I was thinking I'd put the shale oil in one of these guys. It only ever comes from Keragen, right? No, we can make the depolymerized organics, which was the liquid manure. Could be, if there's ever a crazy powerful way to make manure, you know, I'm thinking one of these stage 4 ones or something that's just really good. Even then, that feels like a really terrible way to make shale oil. I doubt I'll ever do that. So yeah, why not? We'll just hook it up here. Shale oil. And that's also this one, and then that's this guy, which goes left. Goes across to up here. And then I'm just gonna like pump directly out from these guys. And this is all within range, so there's shale oil for the system. Gosh, I feel like I should do vat brains now, because we're about to get them going. Oh, it's so hard to order. Do we want... I think I actually want vat brains now. Or maybe after this one. Because then we can get the research boost sooner. Because we're basically ready to start making vat brains now. In fact, I think I'll make them over here. And we'll do that in the next episode. We'll actually get this build done. I mean, we don't have enough Auogs for it, but I have enough to make some vat brains. Because how much... Once we do the science... Because we did the math last time, and I already forgot what it was. Because yeah, there were 4 sections. And so the middle section is going to be 16 labs that we can get a 100% boost on if both of these are running Mark II vat brains. So that's literally double the research, which is equivalent to 32 labs running, even if only 16 labs are running. But as far as the research speed, we've only been able to run... Even is this? About 16 labs anyway. And so even with more productivity and speed modules and stuff, the lab research speed upgrades will keep us going because we're currently at 20 plus, we're at 1.5, but this will put us at 1.9, and then the next one, which comes immediately after, will put us at 2.4. So we're going to be at 2.4 compared to the 1.5. So we're going to have about 26 labs worth of speed in only those 16 labs. Which means I can run them less often, is what I'm trying to say. So if we have fewer vat brains, that's okay. And I'll probably do some fancy footwork with combinators so that we can flip a switch to turn on research even if I don't have enough vat brains, versus only allow for maximum productivity research versus allow for the full amount of vat brains. What am I saying? Basically, like whether I have zone 1, zone 2 will only enable zone 2 if we have excess research packs. And I can disable that option if I want to. If I don't care about research speed, I'll leave zone 2 off. So I'm maximizing my resource efficiency. And then on top of that, I can also say, let's go ahead and run zone 1 and zone 2, even if we don't have vat brains. That'll be a separate toggle. So we'll get all that figured out. But yeah, I'm actually considering skipping desulfurization. Do we even need this research right now? No, because we have so much lubricant. I'm just going to full on switch. Besides, that's perfect timing because I killed optical fiber apparently. How did I manage to kill optical fiber? We said we were going to be done with the episode, but now I'm curious. So we'll fix that real quick, assuming it's an easy fix. First we have to find optical fiber. Photophores. Okay, how did I kill this? So we're waiting for photophore signal to be positive still, and it's not. We're sending photophore signal to be positive if we've got iron niobium coating, and that's what we don't have. And that's because we don't have Kevlar coating, and we don't have Kevlar coating. Wait. 2 mistakes here. Mistake 1 is there's no inserter going to this building. So it wouldn't have mattered even if we did have copper coating. Oh, we do have copper coating. This is the mistake. Okay. Its output is full, and so that's why it's not accepting more copper coating. So yeah, we just forgot an inserter. Let's double check everything else. I mean, I assume it's all good because everything's output maxed except for this one. So I'm guessing that's the mistake. Well, our wiring here was good. We weren't wasting trits this whole time. So I'm happy with that. gosh, PPD is so much ammonia. 50 ammonia per PPD. Which means per Kevlar. Just think about all the juicy productivity though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps of productivity. Saving so much ammonia, which I don't even really care about anymore because we have so much ammonia. Uh-oh. Liquid manure, huh? Oh. Never mind, that's asking for solids. Alright, we good? I think we're good. Yeah, we're good now. Okay, well, we're gonna call it an episode there. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next one.